Here are the 4 metrics you need to worry about if you're looking to scale your paid media in 2024. We have CPA, AOV, CPM, frequency. Now let's define each term. CPA simply means the cost per action. AOV is simply put your average order value. CPM is the cost per 1,000 impressions. And then your frequency is ultimately the amount of times a end user is coming across your same advert. Now, there is a direct correlation between each specific metric. To turn a profit, well, you need at least a CPA below break even or within profit. And then as a byproduct as well, you need your AOV to at least be around, I would say, even north of, depending on your cost of goods, cost of fulfill, unit economics, you should aim for a gross margin around 75%. So whatever you need to do with your AOV to get to 75% gross margin so that you can have at least a 12 to 15% net target, that is what you should fix. Whether it's combining hero SKUs all in one single bundle, whether it's producing, maybe it's pushing a subscription model, something along those lines so that you can at least reduce the burn rate on the front end, right? We want to mitigate amount of net loss on the front end, and if we want to turn a net profit as a byproduct, more cash flow on the front end, and then we don't have to rely on these existing customers to come back, right? Because ultimately we're turning a profit. Now, vice versa, if we see in the ad account a CPM at $30, $25, $20, right, around those ranges, this tells me, okay, something's wrong with our targeting, something's wrong with our adverts, there's some misalignment with our copy or messaging. Same with frequency. For frequencies at like a 2.5. That means every single user is coming across our advert more than twice. They're watching the advert more than twice a day. So we want to balance and counteract, and we want to get a pulse check on how frequent are we hitting our prospects, because you don't want to burn through majority of your prospects. Meta is a great channel. You should use it. It's great for utilizing Meta as a top of funnel acquisition channel. It's a great platform where you can find users who are unaware about your brand, who've never heard about your business. You can attract those individuals with Meta's algorithm. And then when you diversify, when you're looking to expand into more middle funnel, bottom of the funnel, then you can set up campaigns or layers that can attract those demographics. Maybe it's running an Advantage Plus campaign. Maybe it's running creatives that are more specific towards the ideal customer profile. Maybe you're testing your targeting with creatives on the creative level, so on and so forth. So it's very important that we have a realistic idea of how each metric is going to apply to the basis of how can we achieve net profit. The goal should always be net profit. How can we increase our net profit? How can we increase the P&L? How can we increase the profit in the P&L sheet month over month? This is reducing your CPA. This is raising your AOV. This is reducing your CPM. And this is reducing your frequency. And then you want to extend your LTV. Well, this is dropping new collections. This is releasing new products. This is possibly even pushing a subscription-based model, so on and so forth. These are the mechanisms, these are the variables that are going to move the needle for your business, is understanding all of these metrics and how they apply into your ecosystem. If you have a high CPA, that tells you maybe there's an issue with your creatives. Maybe there's an issue with your messaging. Maybe there's an issue with the offer on the front end. If you have an issue with the AOV, this tells me, okay, maybe your conversion rate. There's an issue with your post-click experience. Maybe the landing page speed is not fast enough. Maybe the offer isn't compelling enough. Maybe even if it's a drop-off within the specific product itself, as in like you go into the product checkout page and there's drop-off there. We want to make sure that we keep tabs of every single part of the funnel. The funnel has at least 8 moving parts, right? You have your creative, you have your offer, you have your campaigns, you have your landing pages, your post-click experience, you have the checkout experience, so on and so forth. So we want to make sure we have a pulse on every step of the funnel of what we're actually testing. And then we want to make sure that we gather our learnings from what we just tested and reduce the amount of inconsistent data. Why are we wasting ad spend on tests that aren't going to yield an ROI? When we focus on, okay, let me reduce the CPA. Okay, how do I reduce the CPA? Let me work backwards. Let me start at the ad level. Let me start with the creatives. Let me start with the offer. Let me start with the copy. Let me start with the angles. Let me start with the messaging. When you map out step by step by step, frame by frame by frame, now you're focusing on higher revenue driving activities. For example, with better creatives, over time, you're going to see lower CPMs. You're going to see lower CPAs. Now you can even push for a higher AOV. With a higher AOV, you have a higher gross margin, higher net profit, your profit margin is growing month over month, and then as a byproduct, you have first order profit and you have LTV because you're giving customers more products to test on the front end to try out. So the beauty of having a bundle collection of all the top hero SKUs together and pushing down the front end is you're giving individuals more of an idea of what to test, and then your LTV as a byproduct, more opportunities for your end user to come back with these new products. And then with frequency, I already covered that, but of course we want to make sure that we're not retargeting the same user again. If we can attract top of funnel new transactions and we can turn a profit, and as a byproduct, we would say at least there's a 15-20% return rate on those existing customer base coming back from our business, I'd say that's pretty successful, because then holistically, quarter over quarter, you're growing by at least 10, 15, 20% based off of ad spend. The more ad spend you have, well, then you're scaling, right? So it's very important that we compartmentalize each spot of the funnel, each piece of the funnel. We want to be organized with our tests. We want to be deliberate with our actions. And of course, we want to track our data. Nothing's going to yield a faster ROI than understanding, okay, where is the drop off within the funnel? Do you have data to prove what is working, what is not working, and then making iterations to that? That's all ads are, is making iterations until you turn a profit. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you're looking to get set up for an exit, check out scalevelocity.io. I have the exact protocol for free that you can read that breaks down step by step how to turn a net profit on the front end, how to build out these campaigns, these funnels, how to find talent, and ultimately, if you want to expedite the process of you doing this all by yourself and getting burned by possibly even other ad agencies, check out scalevelocity.io and you can book in a call with me. You can check out our testimonials, and pretty much what we do is we have a protocol that works and you can view the testimonials to see how it works. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.